What's up, guys? It's your man, Donovan Sharp, and welcome to this TSR primetime special discussion starring yours truly and just Pearly Things, or Pearl, is going to be in here in just a few minutes. I am told that Heather has sent her the join link, so I'm looking forward to that. My lips are ashy as a mofo. What I'm actually going to do, so let me go ahead and lay down the ground rules here. First of all, this is not a debate. This is not like Johnny Utah says, all of Pearl's arguments are going to start with, I feel like. This is not an argument. Then of course Ostrike says, don't underestimate her, she's fairly intelligent and I bet she did her homework. Look, this has nothing to do with right or wrong. This is not a debate. This is simply me. This is us having a difference of opinion in terms of the feelings of white guys who have a problem with white girls who date or have dated black men. Now, there are many different degrees to this, obviously. But I think we'll be able to get to that. So I'm going to go ahead and let me go ahead and open up the phone lines here, and I'll flash the interracial dating. Dark Comet. Do you really want to know the answer to that question, or are you just making a statement, asking a condescending question in bad faith? Because something tells me you don't really want to know the answer. You just want me to say it on air. So let me know if you genuinely want to know the answer. I'll give you the answer. If not, fuck off. Seriously. Trolls are so trolls. One thing about trolls is that they haven't really gotten any more creative. Right? Like, trolls come with the same type of shit they've come with. Okay, we're definitely online there. Trolls come with the same kind of bullshit that they've come with for years. You would think that at some point trolls would evolve and maybe come up with
your show now. Press 1 to hear important instructions.
Your show is scheduled to start in 30 seconds.
30 seconds. All right. Very good. So we're all good on the phone lines. I will open that up here in a few minutes. So let me go ahead and lay down the ground rules. Number one, there will be no trolling. There will be no harassing. There will be no bullying. Don't say anything.
Your show will go live in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Don't call her names.
Blog Talk Radio.
You done? Do not call Pearl names. Listen, you can ask her questions. You can do and say whatever you want, but it must be done respectfully. If you guys go to her YouTube or her Instagram and you troll her, I'm going to ban the fuck out of you. Okay? I'm going to ban the shit out of you. You guys might like her. You guys might not. Okay? But I treat my guests with respect all the time, every time, number one. And number two, when you go over there and you start trolling and bullying people, what you're doing is you're reinforcing the bad stereotype, and in a lot of ways, the much earned reputation that this community gets for being these angry incel losers. That's not, listen, if you're an angry incel loser, that's fine. You have a right to be, you have a right to be that way. You have a right to be that way, but you're not going to do it on my watch. Let's just listen. We're going to treat her with respect. I'm leaving the chat open for now. I'm leaving it open for now. If things get stupid, I'll give Dev the word and she'll shrink it to, she'll end up shrinking it to, I was going to say OnlyFans, only members. Okay. Let's see. So while we're waiting on Pearl to join us here, Frank Olivar says it will be education for her. Maybe. G Money says black guys think that white men dislike it out of jealousy, but it's not that at all. White men dislike it out of disgust. It's like if you heard a woman slept with a dog. Okay. So I guess we're comparing black men to dogs. Listen, that's your opinion. You're entitled to it. It is what it is. Jesus fucking Christ. Wow. Y'all coming out the gate swinging. Chris Kiker says yes, but live and oh my God. That was really fucking dumb. Live and let live. Just can't bring them home to meet the family. Yeah, my bad. That was dumb. That was dumb. That was dumb. John Henderson says guys will not dateline a girl who has dated black men because. Oh, okay, cool. Pearl is backstage right now, and she's getting her camera all set and ready. So as soon as she gives me the word, I will go ahead and bring her on. Irish Yamcha says, I'd say if a white girl has dated a black guy, it's not a problem. But if she, quote, only dates black guys, she's called a night rider, and you smash and dash at most. Of course, I'm wearing my Night Rider t-shirt tonight. May or may not be an accident. White Tiger says this topic isn't discussed often, but yes, if you really pay attention, most white guys want nothing to do with a girl that has had a black guy. Okay. Irene is in the house. She says, I'm so ready for this. Blue Method says that this is going to be interesting. JM says he is stoked. Temp Hill says, I've had white girls ask if I've been with black chicks before. Kind of weird, man. Temp Hill, bruh, like, it's not the same. Not the same. White women don't disqualify white guys for long-term relationships if they've ever been with a black woman. It is not even close to being the same. Not even close to being the same. Irene says white girl might call in. Okay, looks like Pearl, if you're ready, you want to give me a thumbs up, or are you still working on things? Oh, I think she wants to know if I can hear her. Hang on. All right, let me add you to the stream. All right, good stuff. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. We got you covered. All right, cool. Very good.
Okay, cool. Sorry, some of my camera equipment's kind of new, so I'm still trying to figure out how to work it.
I know. I know the struggle. I know the struggle that comes with new equipment.
Okay,
so,
dim this a little bit. Okay.
Yeah, the lighting is much better. It doesn't make you look quite so white. All right. So look, I'm going to let you be the leadoff hitter. I actually watched the response. Okay, so I watched a video. You responded to my response to your response of my video. Say that 3 times fast. Let's see. So, all right. So lead us off. What is your opening salvo on this particular topic?
Oh, sorry. I did not realize I was going to lead it. No, I was just curious, like, to hear more of your thoughts on the issue, and then I could maybe talk about if I agree or I disagree.
Okay.
Yeah, because, sorry, I was not at all thinking I was going to, like, lead this.
No, that's fine. Listen, my assertion is that there are a lot of white guys, probably more white guys than would be willing to admit. If they find out that a white girl they are dating or is interested in, if they find out that she has had sex with even one black guy, they completely disqualify her for anything outside of a one night stand. And so what I'm going to do here is I should have had this ready before, but I'm going to share my screen with you. So I put this poll up on YouTube a couple of days ago, and this is my most voted on poll here. So the poll says, and let me blow this up here for you. It says white guys.
I did see that one.
You did see that one.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, so it appears that 32, and again, now there's a reasonable expectation that people are being honest because there's anonymity. We don't know who voted what way. There are a lot of comments, but we don't really know who voted who. So 32% of them said yes, that's a deal breaker. 18% said no. 18% also said, well, if he's a hood nigga, then yes, that disqualifies her. If he was not a hood dude that she had dated, no, that's 4%. 28% said that I'd smash but not commit. Now that seems like a lot of different answers, but according to my math, it appears that 78% on some level would disqualify her for a long-term relationship if he found out at the very least that she was smashing hood niggas. So I guess that's what I'll lead off.
Okay.
No. The audience is saying more than 7 out of 10. So we'll see what happens. So what are your thoughts on that?
Well, I definitely agree. Like the quality of your past partners like matters, right? Like, you know what I mean? Like, but obviously, like if a dude, I don't really like the word hood because you can't really define it, I guess.
You mean hood?
What?
Hood niggas?
I can't. I'm not gonna stop.
Dude, I hate to use the word Nigger, and it's funny. Sometimes I'll actually play around with her. I'll be like, "Man, what are you talking about? I'm not racist. I love niggas." I can say that stuff because of that guy. But what are your thoughts? Because I remember watching your response to my response, and you seem to be utterly shocked that white guys really did feel this way. So after having done a little bit of research, have you changed your position, or what are your thoughts on that?
I wouldn't say like I've changed my position because I mean it's obviously like gonna be a thing, right? I don't think like it doesn't exist at all.
Sure.
I just don't think it's super big in like the younger generations.
Okay. All right.
So like just because I kind of look at when I hear like things in the manosphere, I kind of look at like what I've seen in real life, you know, because like my first thought is, okay, like this is like the topic. Have I seen this like in my real day-to-day life? And just for me, like if a girl carries herself a certain way, hasn't had a high number of sexual partners, you know, doesn't because I think a lot of times like I don't know, like quality women are hard to find. So I think if you carry yourself and you act like you're a quality woman, like most guys, like, well, they're not going to prefer it. They wouldn't necessarily really care.
Okay. All right.
And like, there's also like the number too, like, cause I think a lot of times when you say that, like guys are thinking like you're getting ran through by like the basketball team or the football team or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Would you agree or you disagree with what I said?
Yeah, well, of course. I mean, listen, if my rule is this: any girl that's gone to college, especially now, and now that it's chic to mess with black guys, it doesn't really have as much of a scarlet letter as it used to. Girls are getting ran through by the basketball team and the football team. And the basketball team and the football team, man, a lot of those guys come from broken homes, bad neighborhoods, blah, 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 blah. Mm-hmm. They get on campus and all of a sudden these blonde-haired, blue-eyed cheerleaders and sexy white girls are literally throwing themselves at these guys. What are they going to do? Say no because I don't want to taint you? No, man. Like, that's how it goes. Does every white girl who goes to college, does she get ran through by the football team? Of course not. But enough of them do to have this discussion. Now, in terms of the assertion, I guess, that this is, you know, part of a sort of a younger generation. So I think that one of the most accurate ways to sort of, you know, kind of put your finger in the air and kind of find out what the pulse of the nation is to go to the internet, mainly Reddit. So this first one, I'm not going to read all of these, but this one was a while back. This was February 6th of 2014. It says, boyfriend is disgusted that I dated black men. Right. So she's like, so this is a thing. This was back in 2014.
Well, but you see, like it says men. It's not like black guy or black man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it sounds like this kind of goes with the assertion that like I was ran through, like something like that. Okay.
Well, it says boyfriend is disgusted by black men. So whether they were hood niggas or not, they're still going to call them black men.
Right. Okay.
I don't think the language matters as far as white guys. And again, and I don't want to say this just because a white guy disqualifies a white girl because she's been with black guys, that doesn't mean he's racist. A lot of black guys accuse white guys, oh, you're racist if you say that. But no. It's an inferiority thing. The whole BBC myth. Do you think that is probably part of it?
Oh my gosh.
Well, keep it real.
The BBC. I'm sorry. Could you explain that?
Yeah, the big black cock myth.
Oh God. I'm trying to think. Do I think that's part of it? I mean, I don't know. I'm not a guy, but like that's what you guys are saying, that it's part of it. I've never like heard of anything like that, so I don't.
Well, let me. No, that's okay. So let me clue you in here, right? Interracial porn And I've watched interracial porn before. I had a porn addiction all through my 30s. But interracial porn routinely casts black guys with exceptionally large dongs with white girls. Right now, there are some. Now, listen, the percentages are the same in terms of dick size. You know, the same, like the percentage of black men who have big dicks, probably the same percentage of white guys who have black dicks, who have big dicks, right? But in porn, it's perpetuated that every single black porn star actress, and I've actually confirmed this with a very good friend of mine who is an active porn star. His name is Sterling Cooper. And we had this conversation. The reason why the BBC myth is perpetuated is because in order to be a porn star as a black man, you've got to be at least 9 inches. You got to be 9 inches, 12, whatever the case may be. Now, white guys also have to have sizable dicks, but you don't have to be as big if you are a white guy. So there are more white guys who are porn stars who have, I guess not smaller than average, but on average, the white guys in the porn industry have smaller dicks than the black guys because porn companies will not employ black men they only employ black men with exceptionally large dongs. If any man, black or white, watches interracial porn long enough, at some point is going to internalize that. So when a guy hears, okay, what was your ex-boyfriend's name? I had a friend, her name was Vanessa. And I actually talked to her about this a couple of years ago. She was in this fantastic relationship. She was pregnant and she was all good. Like they were buying a house and all this other kind of stuff. He asked her what her ex-boyfriend's name was. She told him that his name was D. His name was D. I don't know any white boys named D. So this dude automatically correctly assumed that D was black. Kicked her out of the house, excommunicated, called her a nigger lover. Oh, dude, these people.
Oh my gosh.
Listen, I'm telling you right now, this happens. Look at your screen. This is another.
I can't. Oh, shoot. Oh, I thought you meant the chat. I can't.
No. Don't worry about that.
Okay.
How to accept a girlfriend's sexual past with black guys. This is a thing. Look at this. Am I the asshole? This was a year ago. Am I the asshole for telling my friend that his girlfriend dated all black dudes? I'll actually read this one because this one is relatively short. He said, a friend of mine started dating a girl that was in my major college. I wasn't friends with her, but we had lots of mutual friends. He asked me questions about her, and I said it was surprising they were together. All the guys she had dated before were black guys. He was surprised to hear that. Now, a couple days later, he ended things with her, and I'm getting all the backlash for sharing that info. I don't see what's wrong with blah, 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 blah.
Right.
It is what it is. Listen, I mean, I can keep
No, I know. I'm not like, it just seems like these girls were like slutty. Like what I mean is like all the girls that I've like know in my personal life that haven't acted like that like didn't sleep with a bunch of guys in college, that didn't like participate in those things, like they were fine. They ended up getting rings like from white guys. And I don't really like I have a boyfriend. So what?
Did the white guys know that she had fucked?
Oh yeah. And one of them was like one girl that I'm specifically thinking of, like, oh my gosh, she had to get a restraining order against that guy. Like it was actually like ended very poorly. And like, but she was fit, she was feminine, she was friendly. And that's a rare combination, like being fit, feminine, and friendly. So one black boyfriend, but because most of the stuff you're pulling up is like girls that dated black guys. And I think that's like the difference.
Nope. This one says the girl is 24. I'm 24. My ex-boyfriend of 1 year is black and it's ruining my dating life. I met, quote, Jared at the gym. I've never been attracted to black guys before, but there was something about him. I knew I was in love after our in-depth discussions on Princess Mononoke. No, he didn't fit the profile of the anime geek at all. So right off the bat, she wants us to know he was an alpha guy. He took me out and the rest fell into place after. He's very sweet, blah, blah, blah. Sex was amazing. He was gifted, not by porn standards. He just knew how to treat a woman, blah, 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 blah. So this is a woman who has had one black boyfriend. And I'm here to tell you, it does not matter. In some cases, it does matter. If a girl just gets ran through by black guys, that disqualifies her from even black guys.
Right.
But a lot of white guys, they don't care how many times or how many, if she has fucked a black guy even one time, she is out. Now, to your credit.
That's really interesting. Do you think like the 80% of use, it's like 80% of single men aren't like they're sexually inactive, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. So you really think that 80% of single men that are sexually inactive are still going to disqualify a woman? Like, I don't want to be that girl, but a lot of guys cap in the manosphere. Like, they so cap.
Oh, they do. Oh, yes. I remember saying this. Like, they say, well, I would never date a girl.
Yeah, and then like half the time they do. That's the crazy thing. The same guys, like, let's say they would never half the time do.
No, listen.
But like, and so I don't want to like say like I completely disagree with you. Like, I'm sure it's a thing, but
Sure.
like, my point is like girls that don't act like I hate using words like that are like, what
The white girl who fucks niggas.
I want to say like get ran through. I'm trying to think of like a politically like correct way to say it.
Listen, Pearl, call it ran through.
Oh my gosh. But like girls that don't do that, they're fit, feminine, and friendly. Like they're pretty rare. So from what I've seen in like my generation and like real life day to day, I just haven't seen it like destroy relationships the way that like some random Reddit thread does.
Yeah. Yeah.
Does that make sense? Sorry, go ahead.
No, I hear you. It makes sense. Let me address the first thing. So the bottom 80% of guys who are not sexually active, would they absolutely date a white girl if they found out that she had dated black dudes before? Well, of course, because they don't have abundance. But men with options, men with choices, if there are two white girls in front of any man of any color, and it doesn't matter whether he's black, white, Mexican, Indian, whatever the case may be, you got two women who are identical twins. One girl fucked a black guy. The other girl has never fucked a black guy. Guess what? He's picking the girl that's never fucked a black guy.
I'm curious. No, I'm curious. So girl 1 and 2, right? So let's say girl 1 had which one had sex with the black guy? Girl 1.
Girl 1.
Okay. Girl 1, if she had a super low body count and the girl 2 had a high body count, do you think that would make a difference?
Wait, say that one more time.
So like let's say like girl 1 has a low body count.
Okay.
In terms of like guys she's been with. Girl 2 has a high body count, but it's only been white guys. Do you think, I'm just curious, do you think that's the same, equal? Like what do you think?
A guy, I'm telling you right now, and I'm about to open up the phone lines, and normally I have this on members only chat, but I'm going to open up the phone lines and we're going to get their opinions. They can be completely anonymous and they can give us what the deal is. As far as white guys are concerned, one black guy is dude, she may as well have fucked 100 white guys. Like that's this
really. So a girl with a body count of 1.
Listen, I'm telling you right now, this is how it is, and it's not fashionable. It's not politically correct for a white guy to say that. Whether it's true or not, whether they want to admit it or not, doesn't matter. This is absolutely a thing. And I don't know. Listen, maybe it's not 3 out of 4, but men with options men with options will date white girls who have dated other black guys. Like men with options will do that. But there are a lot of mitigating factors involved. Just like you said, if she's fit enough, if she's friendly enough, he can and will look past that. Most of them won't. And I would say it's probably 60-40 in an honest moment. Now, I really said a lot of guys in the manosphere sort of cap in terms of what they would or wouldn't do. You actually talked about me. Devon. Devon, no, it's fine. I get this all the time. Devon is a year older than I am. I'm 44, she turned 45. I had a chance I was dating a much younger girl. I met her when she was 19. When Devon and I moved out here to Philly, I think she was 24 or 25. Smoke show. She's a hard 10, huge fake boobs. But here's the thing. She was as dumb as a candy cane, number one, except for when it came to her diet.
For sure.
Right. She was insufferable. She didn't add any value to my life other than the way she looked. That is indicative of just about every above average looking girl in the States. And so a lot of guys always say, well, if Donovan were such this red pill guy, then he'd be spinning 20-year-old plates. Wrong. The difference is that men who say that are putting too much priority on sex. I don't prioritize sex, not anymore. Now, 10, 15 years ago, I might have made a different choice. But with the amount of hours that I work and what I require from my woman in terms of her cooperation to me in my business, she's got to bring something other than sexual appeal. Yes, Devon is sexually attractive, but that's all Chrissy had. Chrissy is far more sexually attractive than Devon will ever be. For me, that was worth the trade-off. So for guys who say, well, why doesn't he have a younger girlfriend? Because younger girlfriends take a lot more time than I have right now. Now, who knows? If I retire by the time I'm 51 and Dev kind of gets on my nerves, at that point, I'll have the time to train a 21, 22-year-old girl. But at that point in time, it's just not in. It's not in my schedule.
Well, and I would never I'm not even saying that to hold it against you, but it's just interesting, how the manosphere often will preach things, but I don't always see it in the girls that they date.
I think it's interesting.
And maybe I misunderstood what you said or say on your podcast. I just always hear don't date girls over a certain age, right? Because they've been ran through and they're alpha widowed, all this stuff.
Yeah.
Which is I'm not saying I don't even see where you're guys are coming from, to be honest.
Yeah.
But it's just interesting because a lot of times the girls that I see a lot of the content creators date aren't really what they say.
Yeah, I agree. Listen, Dev has a high body count. When I met Devon, she was a hoe. She was fucking other guys. I was fucking other girls.
Wait, is she cool with you? Does she ever get weird about saying this stuff? Oh my gosh.
I mean, if she does, she does. But I mean, Dev knows what it is. Dude, Dev's moderating the chat right now.
Yeah, no, I was just curious because sometimes
let me tell you. Listen, let me tell you. Let me tell you. She hears this stuff all the time. Dude, I had an Instagram post up naming the top 5 girls that I've ever loved in my life. Number 1 was a girl named Amy. Number 2, Tatiana. Number 3, Jennifer. Number 4, Christiana. Number 5, Devon. That's just how it is. The reason I can do that is because I'm me. I talk it the way I walk it. Does Devon like it? Probably not. That's not my concern. I love Devon very much. I give her a good life, but she doesn't get it for free. She's got to earn it she's got to earn it every fucking day. This is just who I am. I will admit to you that there are a lot of red pill content creators who, my girl's got to be this and got to be that, but then you find out their girl is not really a looker, right? So there is a lot of capping in the manosphere. I'll certainly cop to that. No capping here. I've got all the text receipts. I've got all me with girls and all this other kind of stuff. So
or even if we're just going to look at societal trends, right? I think one reason you could see it's really not as much of a big thing anymore is even The Bachelor that you talked about, right? Mm-hmm. I couldn't find a girl on the show dating a black guy. They're all dating or engaged to white guys. Okay. But that's because they're fit, feminine, and friendly, and they carry themselves in a certain way.
Hey, listen, it is what it is. Listen, I'll give you that. Yeah. I think they would be off the dating market, but what you need to understand is that there is a silent number of men. Most men are silent about this. And I mean, listen, man, my YouTube poll could be skewed, whatever the case may be. I tried to give a lot of different answers, but I think you need to understand that this is more of a thing than you realize, because I promise you this, because I'm told your boyfriend is black. I don't know who he is, but I promise you this, if a white guy were to start dating you and he found out that you had a black boyfriend, he's gonna ask questions. Oh, really? What did he used to do for a living? What he's trying to do is he's trying to gauge the quality of your ex-boyfriend. If a picture of him or whatever the case may be, if they see the 6'4" hulking, wide neck, tattooed hood nigga, then guess what, Pearl? You're out the door. You're out the door. Why most white girls keep their escapades on the dark side away from their white boyfriends and husbands.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm someone that I really live my life transparently, so I don't think I don't know. I really wouldn't do that.
Well, of course, you're a woman.
What?
But of course you wouldn't. You're a woman.
Yeah. No, it's just interesting. Wait, so had Devon been with a black guy before you?
Oh yeah.
Yep. Okay, because I saw another thing that you said you would disqualify a girl if she'd been with a black guy, but then you're talking about how she was a hoe. So I was she probably was. Okay. Yeah. So was that cap then?
No, that wasn't cap. That's just me making a decision. Here's the thing, Pearl.
Okay.
Hold on. You can't have it all, right? Right. To characterize what we say, well, and I'll put it to you this way: when we talk to guys, let me eliminate this here quickly. When we talk to guys about what to look for in a woman, got to be realistic. You cannot have it all. Devon is supremely gifted genetically for a woman her age. Yeah. He has a far above average body for a woman her age. Guess what? That's gonna come at a cost. Has Devon fucked a few black guys? Yeah. Doesn't really bother me because at this point in my life, it doesn't bother me as much. Now, I will say this. That definitely made me hesitant. It definitely made me hesitant. I was like, well, wait a minute, hold on, Lyle. And I knew that whatever number she was going to give me, it was going to be skewed. I was like, okay, well, give me a number. She says, well, 3 or 4. I'm like, okay, so 12, right? And at that point, now here's the thing. I'm confident in myself, right? It doesn't intimidate me that she's fucked other black guys, but it does take her down a few pegs. And so in as far as I'm concerned, there are things that she needed to do to make up for the fact that she had these indiscretions with these ain't shit niggas in the past. I don't know anything about the black guys she fucked. Maybe she fucked 12 CEOs of Fortune 500 companies. Maybe they were all black. I didn't want to know. I don't need to know. All I needed to know at this point is how are you going to treat me? What can you bring to the table that you have never given to another man? She answered the bell, and now she's my girlfriend. Yes, it is absolutely positively a factor that she has fucked black guys in the past, and for that reason, she makes sure that she makes up for that as such. Lesser men are not. I don't want to say lesser men, but the more it bothers a guy about a woman's sexual past, I think he's sort of underestimating his value. And once again, it's about the BBC myth. This has nothing to do with race, Pearl. It has nothing to do with race. It is porn, TV, televisions, memes, Facebook, Instagrams perpetuating this myth that all black guys are ripped. We've got 19-inch cocks and we make girls squirt all over the place when we stroke her just 15, 16 times. Nothing could be further from the truth, but that's not what white guys think about when a girl says, yeah, I've been with a few black guys here.
No, it's interesting because when I was thinking about like how like true or like false that is, whatever, I was thinking, wait, I think she's been, sorry, I just read the super chat. $500. You get $500 super chats?
Yeah, I've been at this for a while.
I forgot, what was I talking about? I was thinking that it was like a lot of times the girls they're talking about are girls that like slept with the entire basketball team or like, you know what I mean? Like stuff like that. So that's like mostly what I've seen is like, as long as you're not like slutty, like you'll be fine.
Nope, that's not the deal. Sometimes it is. Sometimes that is the case. If the girl looks really, really good, like she's fit, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But even then, Pearl, I'm telling you right now, high value guys, regardless of color, will absolutely disqualify a white woman for anything outside of a roll in the hay if they find out that she has fucked even one black guy. I know you're having trouble accepting this, but I'll tell you,
I'm not having like. Sometimes I think the manosphere thinks I'm like more shocked than I am. Like I'm just chilling, to be honest.
You're more. What was all that? You're like, oh my god, you have to take a survey or something?
Oh, do I need to take a survey? No. Oh no, that's just because like I know what you're talking about. No, that's just because like sometimes I feel like the manosphere has like thoughts or ideas that they've never really tested, and it's just like their belief system.
No, but how would you test that theory? How would you test that theory?
I don't know. That's
I have an idea. Survey. How about that? Let's test it through a survey. 78% of men on some level said that they would have a problem with it. This is a double.
Well, but here's the problem with YouTube surveys, though.
Oh, here we go. Now we're gonna do. Oh boy, here we go. All right, go ahead.
Do you not think it's at all possible that there could be a problem with a survey?
In what way?
Well, the problem is like, one, you have to like test it to see the results. Like if you're gonna like, if people want to see the answers to the survey, they have to click it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So like, if you have black guys on you that watch your channel, like they're probably gonna click it too. White guys, girl, like even I clicked that survey because I wanted to see the results. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. What? Make sure I'm understanding this correctly. You're telling me that I'll agree with you. This probably isn't 100% accurate, but this can, by any stretch of the imagination, be discounted. You can't say, well, this is a flawed survey. Pearl, these men were anonymous.
Oh no, I'm not saying it's like completely flawed, but the question is like, how prevalent is this? Because I don't even think we're disagreeing that like it exists to some extent. But the question is like I'm saying like how prevalent is it in like 2021?
See, this is the thing.
Yeah.
You had some random Reddit post. I've had all these ready. Am I the asshole for telling my telling my boy that how to accept a girlfriend's sexual pact with black guys? Hang on. I got more. Boyfriend is disgusted because I dated black men. These are all why do I feel this way? Right? Here's the issue. I am a white man and consider myself to be racially open-minded and progressive. My girlfriend, white, whom I love dearly, had dated a black man in the past. She told me upfront early in our relationship, but I told her I had no problem with it. For reference, I, quote, almost dated a black lady, yet I have repeated her thoughts about her with him. Listen, here's another one. Problem with girlfriend dating a black guy in the past. I showed you this one. It's ruining our dating life. Here's another one. My boyfriend found out that I previously slept with a black guy. Now he wants to break up. My boyfriend is having issues because of the race.
6 years ago, 7 years ago.
Okay, so here's the thing, Pearl.
Okay.
Hold on. You can disqualify these things all you want to and talk about 6 years ago, 7 years ago. The facts are facts. I did my you can't dispute this stuff. You can't say, well, this was 6 years ago, so they don't feel the same way now. Here's another one. I'm a white girl with a history of dating black guys 5 years ago, and it's killing my dating prospects. My boyfriend left me because I dated a black guy in the past of 17. Yes, I dated black guys. Why is that a problem? And this was in 2015. It's disingenuous if you try to disqualify this. Well, that's 5-6 years ago. I don't know that you know this, but 5-6 years ago, that's not a long time. Let's not act like this was taken back in 1985.
Oh, really? To me, that's like I was in high school. I was like,
well, sweetheart, you were in high school, then that means you weren't that old. But and listen, you can deny this all you want to.
No.
I'm just out here telling you and show you that this what happens. I became anxious after my girlfriend admitted to me she slept with a black guy in the past. What should I do? That was 3 years ago. Here's another one. I was planning on marrying my girlfriend, but I've just realized her ex was black. What should I do? This is how. Listen, I'm not saying that this is every single one of these men, because a lot of men don't feel this way. But listen, you can deny all you want to. I'm just here to show you the facts are facts, and you can disqualify them 6 years ago, 7 years ago. I was in high school.
Okay,
hold on.
Okay.
None of that matters. None of that matters. And here's another thing. You're a white woman living in America. You and I live in a different America. Just because it hasn't happened in your life does not mean it doesn't happen all around. You can't be that solipsistic to think, well, if it doesn't happen in my world, then it just doesn't happen. I also got news for you. Your brother lied to you. What did your other brother say?
My other brother, I never talked to him. The video was over, so it didn't.
Okay, all right.
I wonder if he's here, Adam. So we share a loft. Hold on. No, he's not up here. I was like, I could call him over. The brother that was on the phone.
I don't know that he would be honest with you, because listen, he might not have a problem with a white girl who dates a black guy, but enough white guys do. Enough white guys.
Well,
we got 125 people watching here.
Well, no, he's like dating a girl now that like dated a black guy before. So I don't think he actually has a problem with it.
Okay.
Because like then why would he date her? You know?
You know what? Honestly, I'll give you this. Even if it were, let's just say that 60% of white guys really and truly did not have a problem with a white woman who dated a black guy. That's still 40% of white guys who do. That's a hell of a lot of dudes. And is it a problem? I don't care. I'm not a white guy, so I don't care.
Right.
I'm just letting you know. Just in the future, you might. I'm trying to put you on. Like I wouldn't be so forthcoming about your comminglings with brothers. I would just leave that out.
Like going on a live and talking about it with you.
I don't you guys would know where to go, right? Black Lemur 2009 $500 super chat says, welcome again to Pearl. I think she's been on all of the channels. I watched
$500. Jesus.
Yeah, we have it like that. Let's see. Here's another one. This is funny. Wando, €2. Yeah, that is €2. Says, what if it's a mulatto from the Dominican Republic or Puerto Rico? Yeah, that's cute. No, we're talking about white girls and black guys.
Actually, I have a question for you. Why do you think the girls like on the show, I had a hard time finding them like dating or being engaged to like the example you gave? Like, why do you think I had a hard time like finding them dating or engaged to black guys after.
Well, because I was clearly wrong about that crop on Matt James.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I was just curious, like, because my whole point is like, I think that like the majority of women are overweight. Like, so if you're fit, feminine, and friendly, like you'll, I don't think like it's really going to be that big of an issue, to be honest.
Okay, look, I'm not here to listen. I don't want to try to sway your opinion one way or the other. But how old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm 24.
Okay, so I'm 44. I'm 20 years older than you are.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just telling you. I would not divulge to white guys I wouldn't divulge to anybody that you have black guys in the past. Listen, take it from.
Well, I like my boyfriend now, so I'm cool. Like,
are you gonna marry him?
I hope so.
Well, I hope so too. I hope so too. Listen, I told Devon, I was like, look, check this out. I told Dev, I was like, yeah, check this out. Now, when we move out here to Philly, like, you understand, when people see us walking around holding hands, white dudes ain't gonna be checking for you no more. She's like, oh yeah, I know. Because Devon she didn't tell white dude. Devon doesn't.
I was kind of hoping you had Devon on the show, like, to be honest.
You wanted Devon on the show?
Yeah, I thought it'd be so fun.
Yeah, let's do it. I'll send her a link, and she'll jump in with us. Because I think she could add some perspective here. So I'm going to send that to her. All right, Dev, there you are. Real quick. The last one was a year ago. Blah 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 blah. Give me a second. Good luck finding a white girl who hasn't had a BBC before. Yeah, cute. Return of the Black Kings says facts. I don't like all that. Let me ask you this. Do you think it wouldn't be fine? Come on in. Do you think that a white girl with a mixed kid, do you think white guys?
Oh no, that's over. I would agree with you there. That's over with.
Okay. Why? So what about a white girl with a white kid?
I think that like men aren't exactly like proud of being stepfathers. Like usually like they don't really want that like broadcasted wherever they go. So I think like they would prefer to have like a child that like looks like them, like could pass for theirs.
Fair enough. So who has better white guy dating prospects? The white girl with the black kid or the white girl with the white kid?
The white. Oh, definitely the white. Well, I mean, like more, like statistically more. Yeah, definitely like the white kid. But like, I think, do you think it would be the opposite too? Like, a black guy dating a white girl with a white kid, like he probably wouldn't want to date her.
A black guy with options.
Yeah.
Would not want to date a woman with a kid. That's just a white guy with options would not want to date a woman with a kid. An average guy, let's just say an average bottom.
Let's say like not even average, like slightly above average. Like, because sometimes I think the manosphere is like guys with options and like they make the divide seem so big, but there's some guys that are kind of in the middle, right?
Let me clue you in on something here, Pearl.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you really need to understand this as we bring in the lovely and talented Devon. I don't know if you realize this, but the bottom 90% of men are invisible to the bottom 90% of women. Most men are invisible to most women. There is a little bit of overlap there, but I think you sound to me like the type of person who believes that most men are sexually active, or do you know otherwise?
No, I don't think most men are sexually active.
Okay, very good. So go ahead.
I'd say like first we'd have to define sexually active, and I've never heard anyone in the manosphere do that.
Oh my god, sexually active is your fucking.
Okay, no, but I mean like within what time frame?
Are you kidding me? Dude, sexually active, which means you're fucking on the regular. What are we doing? Come on.
Well, no, because when I was on Fresh and Fit, he told me you had to be having sex with multiple girls to be like defined as sexually active. So like then of course that's going to be a smaller percentage.
Okay.
But if I had to guess, like
listen,
what?
I'm not going to get lost on defining what sexually active is. Whether it's with multiple girls or one girl, if you're fucking on the regular, you're sexually active.
Okay, cool. I wouldn't believe that it's like. From what like I've seen, I'd say like 30%, maybe 40. But I know the manosphere says 10 to 20. Like I know that's like the stat that they say in the manosphere.
It's funny you say that the manosphere stat like it's somehow inaccurate.
I think it could just be like the circles I run in. I don't know, but like if I had to think of like 10 people I know, I would guess 3 to 4 of them that are guys are having sex.
Okay, so 3 to 4 people you know.
Mm-hmm. But I run in like most everyone I know is like college educated. Like
that doesn't have anything to do with sexual attractiveness.
You don't think so? Like, doesn't that like earning ability?
No, sweetheart. Oh my God, dude. When girls are young and fertile, they don't say, "Oh my God, I want to give you a blowjob because you have a master's degree." No, that's not how it works. A man's education has absolutely no bearing on his sexual attractiveness to women in their early 20s. Now, when they're in their 30s, that becomes a little bit more attractive. See the difference? There's a difference between attraction and arousal. The guy who is attractive makes $60,000 a year. He drives a Honda Accord. He owns his own home. He has a 700 credit score. That's attractive for long-term stability. The guy who's arousing, he's ripped. He's got tattoos, probably a few baby mamas, rides a motorcycle, has a devil may care attitude. That's arousing. Women want to have the babies with those guys, but then they want to be taken care of by the guys who are the good guys. We call this alpha fucks, beta bucks. So there's a big difference between attractive and arousing. Big time.
Interesting. Devon, hi.
Hey, how are you?
Wait, hold on. No. I run the show here. Let me read the rest of the super chat. We'll get to Devon.
I was just excited.
I'm sure you are. Right, $5 says it's very easy for men to go years without sex. Some men even go a lifetime without a kiss. Yeah, most virgins in this country are men. That's just all there is to it. There was one more super chat I may have skipped over. Oh, here we are. Hologram EMC says, you know the old saying, curiosity killed the black. The Dangerous, $5 says, what if a black guy is actually the most masculine, intelligent, best man she ever dated? Why isn't that feasible? I don't know. I don't understand what you're talking about, the Dangerous. Nobody said that wasn't feasible. So we're going to get black guys in here. We're gonna get black guys in here who are they're gonna come after me, Pearl, because there are a lot of black guys who just don't like me because I date an attractive white woman and I talk about this shit out loud, whatever. Definite G giving you a piece of advice says keep it on the low, white girl. And with that, I'm going to bring in the lovely and talented Devon. So Dev, what's going on?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing okay. I appreciate the steak with the garlic butter. Dude, Deb
you're welcome.
Steak with the garlic butter and corn for dinner. Very, very good. Okay, so I guess Pearl has some questions to ask you.
Devon, I'm so excited to talk to you. So question, do you think like what he's saying is true? Like because you're a little older than me, so I'm just curious.
Older than you, dude. She's older, dude. She's 25 years old and she's a quarter century older than you. Of course she knows.
Well, let's put it to you this way. I'm pretty sure Donovan is the last guy I'm ever going to date. Between him being black and being alpha widowed, I think it's over for me after we're done, if we are ever done. So I do think that there's truth to a couple of these things that these guys say. I don't know if it has to do so much with like what Donovan is saying about it being based on race, but it is based on, I think a lot of it has to do with the physical intimidation side of it. And I just, and also I think that if any guy that you date after is going to look in your past and go, can I compete with that? And if he's black, automatically he's not going to be able to compete with it because he's a white guy. And then he automatically thinks that, okay, bigger, faster, stronger, better, well endowed or whatever, and not only that, I could never be that guy. I can't be that cool or can't be that alpha or whatever. So I think that white men automatically feel inferior to black men. And then when they think, oh gosh, can I compete in the bedroom? They think, oh God, no, all the porn is true. So in that sense, I feel like the stereotype that he's talking about, or the truth that he's talking about, it is it's more common than not, just people don't say it out loud, especially the younger people. No one wants to be seen as, like what your brother said, racist. That's just racist to even think. But we're not talking about how people think or talk. We're talking about how people feel. And how people feel is not what they're going to necessarily say, but they're going to react to it from a gut instinct and things like that. So I don't know if I explained that well, but
do you think it's different? Like, let's say like it's like a super, like they see a picture of him and he's like 5'5", you know what I mean? Like doesn't look alpha or whatever at all. Would you say that's different, or would you say it's the same?
I would say it's the same, to be honest.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. I think that if he's looking at a picture of your ex-boyfriend who's white and the guy is like 5'5", he's not going to be as intimidated, but the fact that it's a black man, that's something that he can't compete with because it's a different race.
Oh, okay.
Like, it's completely like something that he'll never be, no matter what.
Have you had guys like disqualify you based on that?
My past is a little different, so I can't say no. Donovan can answer that better than I can, just because it's complicated. But I would say that going forward, if I were to go back on the dating market, I would I would not be telling them that I'm Donovan Sharp's ex-girlfriend. Put it that way, because they would immediately be like, okay, wow, okay, that guy can't compete with him. She's ruined, and then move on.
What if Donovan Sharp was white?
I would probably think it would be about the same thing. The fact that, you're a dominant personality, you're well-to-do, you're take control, you're in shape, that kind of thing will also intimidate, other men who really aren't up to that caliber.
Well, what people don't realize is that I'm really 5'6" and I have about a 2-inch dick. So,
that's our secret. That's our secret.
Shh, quiet. Don't let it
go. And I'm just curious, like, would he like calls you a hoe and stuff on? Do you care if I ask her about that? I won't. It's like, okay. I'm just curious because I'll see him like call you a hoe, and like I think he had a post that he like wouldn't marry you because of it. And you could correct me if I'm wrong. I'm just curious. Does that bother you?
No. Well, hold on. Let's reframe that.
I could be wrong. Sorry, I don't mean to like overstep.
I said, Devon, when I met her, she was a hoe.
Right. Well, first things first is I really don't go on social media. So other than watching his shows, I don't really bother getting exposed to that. I don't get exposed to the comments. I don't really care. Okay. What the people say on the internet, it affects my life zero. My interaction with Donovan, between him and I, we're very honest with each other. There's nothing that he hasn't said on his show that he hasn't said to me directly, and conversations that we've had. I'm old enough and mature enough to know that I've made mistakes in my past, and it was me trying to correct things that I knew weren't working is what kind of led me to being with him in the first place. So yeah, I was making poor decisions before we met. Hey, hate that.
Nigger.
But me trying to figure out why I was doing the things I was doing or thinking the things I was thinking, kind of led me to become a better person, led me to meeting Donovan and our lives becoming what it is now, almost 5 years later. So, one thing I've learned, and it's something, I'm kind of glad that Donovan has this trait, because I grew up where things weren't really sugar-coated. My dad would yell at me. It'd be very, very blunt and vulgar stuff, right? So when Donovan says, "You are a hoe," I don't get offended because I was like, I don't know what to say, so it's not like he's saying anything that isn't true. I mean, is it blunt? Is it rude? It could be, yeah. If I was insecure and, I don't know, maybe it would bother me. I mean, I don't love it, but it doesn't bother me because there's lessons in all of the things that he talks about. And he just doesn't say it to try to hurt people, And just because, just because of my past, if anything, it should prove to other women and men that there is a future beyond making mistakes. You things you can correct the course. You can become quality. You can have a solid relationship.
How's that done, though?
What?
How's that done?
Huh?
How is that done? Like, how
is it done? Okay.
Oh, sorry, I couldn't.
Relationship.
I mean, first of all, it's picking a quality man who can lead you in that direction. So many guys, I don't know about the younger guys, but for my generation, like a lot of guys just don't want to lead. They don't want the responsibility. They love a girl in charge because she can handle everything and they can just do whatever. And what ends up happening is that you end up in an aimless relationship that, like, as Myron says all the time, it gets driven off the cliff, because a woman, when you have a leaderless relationship, you end up with no end goal. Like there's no, like, a woman thinks she wants something, she gets it, she's not happy. Why? Because she doesn't really understand what the plan is, what's the next step. When you have a leader in a relationship, I know, like with Donovan, I know that once we achieve a goal, there's another goal already in place. And once we get that, there's another goal. And if that goal, things happen to change, there's something else that we can work towards. There's always a way to better our lives. And from what I found is that with a relationship where just the guy doesn't care and the woman's leading, she'll lead herself right into being unhappy.
No, it's interesting you say that, because my dad is like that's why I think my parents' marriage has lasted so long, is because like my mom like followed him, like she was a teacher and she like quit that to be like to work for his company. And now, like, I have 9 siblings and, like, we live in a big house on a big piece of land in the middle of nowhere. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. And that's a great example. And I could attest to that as well. I mean, not the same situation where my mom works for my dad, but my dad is a very assertive person. He's always like the guy who gets everybody together and throws all the parties and is like the, kind of, just the leader that's just naturally a leader. Right. So, and my mom is like the perfect complement to that because she fills in the blanks on everything without even like a second thought. Like they're a great team together. And so, like, even like I have aunts and uncles who have been married for 30, 40 years now, they work together. And I've often heard like, oh man, you don't want to work for family, blah, blah, blah. But husband and wives who work together and they're more solid than I think a lot of people give people credit for. You don't, they say you don't want to have all your eggs in one basket, but if you're both driving towards the same goal, you've got twice the power to get there. And I think like that's a dream come true. Like me finally working for Donovan now, like I take so much pride in the work that I do every day and I'm excited about it. And we talk about what we're working on and the things that we want to accomplish. And even, just the little projects, when they make revenue, I'm reporting it and I'm so excited, like I joke, I'm like, I'm earning my keep, but, just all of these little things, they matter over time. And it just so happens that I have a skill set that complements his business. So in that part, I think that we were pretty lucky. But I feel like Merch, I feel, I feel like that's like the ideal situation.
What did you do before?
I do for him what I've did before. I specialize in search engine optimization, internet marketing. I build websites, apps, things like that. Yeah.
Oh,
But that's actually like a really good, like, when you were like vetting her, dating her, was that like something you took into consideration?
1,000%, 100% yes. I knew for certain that if this thing were to go the distance, that she could absolutely positively help me with my business. I knew it was going to take a little while to get there. It actually didn't take as long as I had originally thought, but when the pandemic hit, I hit another tax bracket. I said, all right, Dev, you're putting in your 2 weeks notice and you're coming to work for me. And it's been great. It's been great ever since. But again, it all started with me having a plan. And not to get cliche-ish here, but men don't plan, they don't fail to plan, or they don't plan to fail, they just fail to plan. With Dev, it was like I had a vision for us. I never let the vision cloud my judgment. I didn't say, okay, we're going through a tough time, but I have this vision, so I'm going to stay with it. Oh, no. I made 100% certain that I put Dev's feet to the fire every day. There is very, very rarely a day where I take my foot off the gas. Does it get a little bit tiring? Absolutely. It is very, very tiring to stay on your A game all the time. But in the end, it's what's best for everybody. Let me ask you this, Dev. I don't think I've ever asked you this before. What's the worst thing about being with a guy like me and the best thing about being with a guy like me?
I think the worst thing is no days off. I mean, if I get lazy over the weekend and I'm binge watching something on Netflix and just kind of basically doing the minimum work on my laptop, I'll hear about it on Monday morning. We need to talk. The house is a wreck, blah, 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 and it's like, yep, you're right. So I can never slack off. And if I do, I can't do it for more than a day or two. So in a way, that's good because it keeps me disciplined and it keeps things moving forward. Things don't ever go to the wayside. And I know that if I ever do let things kind of slip up, he's going to tell me right away. So it's not like things can get so off course that it can't be corrected quickly. So that's one of the best things about him as well. So.
And do you feel like you have like a say in things ever? Because I think one of the biggest like misconceptions with women like submitting to a guy is they think like it's going to be a dictatorship. And I think that's like one of the worst like lies that like women kind of tell each other. So I'm just curious like what your thoughts are on that.
It's a dictatorship, God damn it.
I do agree with you that it's harder to submit to a man than it is to try to think you run things. He always, he'll always listen to my input if I feel and he both feels it's important enough to listen to, like, hey, there's something you might need to know. Or he says, we're going to do this weekend. And then I gently remind him that there's a previous obligation.
Oh yeah.
There's of course, this is a relationship. So it's not like he's constantly telling me what to do, but there are expectations and requests and, call him to, hey, make me steak for dinner tonight. Am I going to take that as an order? Or like, no, cool. He told me what he wants for dinner. I don't have to ask, so there's always a perspective of how you want to view that. I could turn around and say, that, oh, he always bosses me around, but then you're in a relationship where the person says, oh, what do you want to do? I don't care. What do you want to do? What do you want to eat? I don't know, whatever you want to eat. And then you're like, okay, great. This person doesn't care. I'd rather him be upfront and tell me, and I know what's expected of me and I know what's going to make him happy rather than sit around and guess.
Yeah. No, I definitely agree. Like, we literally don't know where we want to eat. Like, I never know. So,
listen, y'all never know what the hell you want.
No, I literally, like, never know where I want to eat.
Any other questions for Dev? Ask away. You want to know?
I was trying to think. I was so excited. Like, I've been so curious about you, like, ever since I've seen him on the channel, especially with all the like stuff he says. I've been like just genuinely curious.
No, I mean, you did have a question earlier about like, am I upset that like we would never get married or something to that effect? Is that correct?
Yeah, and you could tell me if I misinterpreted it, or was that true?
Well, I mean, considering our age, marriage is really an institution for building families. And since that's not something that we're planning on doing, I don't really feel it's that important. I feel like us, continuing to work together to build the lives that we want is something that will keep us together way longer than a piece of paper.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. I wasn't sure if you guys wanted kids or not. I didn't actually know how.
Yeah, I'm 45 and I'm not able to have children, so.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's not.
But
built-in birth control. So yeah.
Exactly. Dev, what are your thoughts when you see or hear stuff? Me talking about, okay, the 5 women I've loved the most. Number 1, Stephanie or Amy. Number 2, Tatiana. Number 3, Jennifer. Number 4, Christiana. Number 5, Dev.
You know, we're all in a point in our lives. You were much younger back then, and it's kind of like, you know, like your cup was very, very full when you were younger, so you had so much more to give, right? Okay, so you love this person that much. I mean, I remember what young love and infatuation was like. I don't really compare myself to those people because A, it's a different period of your life. B, you're a different person. And C, all those people are in your past. So it's not really a threat to me. I'm not competing for their love.
You seem very secure. Like you're actually like talking to you. Like you're one of the most like you sound like one of the most secure like women I've actually met.
Oh well,
actually, I have her locked in a cage right underneath, and I have a gun pointed right at her.
Yes, I'm very secured.
Because like I don't, if I had like a boyfriend or a husband that was like posting that about me, like I like the love the most. Like I do not think I'm secure enough to like handle that, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean it's just not a threat to me because I know the full stories behind a lot of those names, and you know, if anything, it's a cautionary tale of what not to do to lose his love.
Wow.
Dude, that blew me away.
Wow, that's what do you think, like what's your advice to younger women? Like I'm 24, so what do you got?
My best advice is to find positive female role models in relationships that you want to emulate. There's a lot of trash out there that gets a lot of attention that people think that they want to be like, but it's just really like unhappiness, divorce, and all kinds of things. I mean, we're all in control of our lives and what we want out of life. And if what you want out of life is to do, you know, be with random guys and date as many high value guys as you want and end up like with no security by the time you're my age, then, you know, go do it. But if you want to build a family, if you want to build a legacy, if you want to create something that your children are going to want to emulate, you know, then then you need to start young, and you need to not take your time for granted. You know, there's so many people out there who are dating or engaged for 10 years. And it's like, dude, if you don't know after 2 or 3, you're probably with the wrong person. So, you know, and also my best advice for women is don't get comfortable. If your relationship, if you're ever too comfortable, it's probably rotting away from the inside.
You should do your own channel. That'd be like you should have like a sub channel of like Devon.
I ain't got that kind of time. I got a full-time job right here.
Shit. Oh my god, I'm sorry. My light just like fell. Oh dear.
Is that a white light or a black light?
That almost hit me in the face. Like you don't understand. That would have been like a very like viral moment. Oh my gosh.
And listen, if you ever have a black light in there, you can't let the white light see the black light. I can be here. Let me ask you this, Dev. How difficult is it to be in a relationship? How difficult is it to be in a relationship with me?
At first, it was extremely difficult because there was a huge learning curve. I had a lot of bad habits. I had like the last word habit. I still have bad habits now that I'm trying to break. Like, you know, for some reason, my first response when I don't know what to say is no, you know, so it's you know, stupid. Why is the door closed? No, I didn't close it. What? You know, like, so there's certain things and that I'm still working on. But I would say it's difficult, it's doable, and it's worth doing. So that's what keeps me motivated. It keeps me wanting to like wake up every day and make him happy. And like for me, like that's the kind of person that I am. So I get much joy out of making other people happy and keeping my animals happy and producing good work and things like that. So and if our work is helping other men and women out there, that's better than any job I've ever had in my life. So if the relationship goes hand in hand with that, I'm good.
Okay. Any other questions?
No, not that I can think of. Thanks for coming on. I know this was like kind of random.
Oh, no problem. It's nice to talk to you.
Nice to talk to you too.
She is the lovely and talented Devon, making the impromptu appearance. Lorenzo Reynolds with the $5 super chat wants to know, why does Pearly prefer black men? Ooh, that's a good
I mean,
the myth.
No, I think that like black guys age better. Like but like I like white guys too. I don't really like discriminate, to be honest.
Okay. Okay. All right. Very good. Jason Moreno with the $5 super chat. Oh, by the way, congratulations to Jason Moreno and Black Lemur 2009, TSR Tower's newest mods. Everybody congratulate them. Jason Moreno, $5, says, going back to her saying her and Donovan talk about everything and are honest. It's amazing what honesty does for people and relationships. It's just one of those things. I'm a very direct person, and I'm a very direct person with both men and women. And for me, I think it might have to do with my age. I just don't have time to fuck around with stuff like that. I should be working 12 hours a day. I'm probably working closer to 14 to 16. I just don't have time for all of the nonsense. Okay. Oh, all right. So we got a few people on the phone lines. Let us go to Efo in Atlanta. Efo in Atlanta. You're on live with Donovan and Pearl, and you go ahead.
Hey, I got a question. So, do you think that a white guy would commit to a white woman who date a black guy with a small penis who's nerdy?
So, in other words, and I believe that he would. If a white dude found out that his white girlfriend dated a guy who looked like Steve Urkel or a guy who was kind of short and nerdy, I don't think he would have a problem with that at all. What do you think? Pearl?
Yeah, like I don't think they would care I think it'd be like less. That's what I said. Like I feel like a lot of that myth, or not myth, but like a lot of that like feeling comes from like the athlete or rapper entertainers sort of thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's definitely a stereotype. Okay, good stuff. Let us go to Morgan. Let's go to Morgan in New York. You want to talk about your experience with white women dating black men. Go ahead.
Hey, Donovan, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How about you, man?
Good. And how you doing, Pearl?
I'm good. How are you?
Great. I wanted to comment, and Devon actually laid out a lot of the things I was about to say when it comes to the stereotypes of black men being dated by white women. I was in the military. I traveled the world, Southeast Asia, South America. And one of the things I noticed is when you leave America, the stereotypes increase. And what I saw is the stereotype of black men is charisma, cool, sexy, super masculine, huge, eggplant emoji.
Penis. Oh,
and
all right.
the
Okay, we'll go with
stereotype
that.
for white men around the world is this rich and elaborate lifestyle, the yachts and money and stuff like that. So when it comes to dating black men, I see a lot of white women, like I say, especially because I live in New York. Okay. I say 8 out of 10, they go for the stereotype of a black man, like the porn star stereotype, the tall, dark, big eggplant. So when guys look at white women that date black men, like been said over and over, that's the stereotype that's in their minds. Even me as a black dude, I'm 5'7", about 165, light skin. I'm not the porn star stereotype. White women aren't checking for me. And even in my groups of black friends, black males, we look at white women and it's like, oh, She messes with black dudes, oh, she's down. These stereotypes play out over and over and over again. And all you have to do is observe. But it's not racism, like Donovan said. It's porn and it's media. It's this stereotype that everybody feeds into, and it dives into our subconscious.
Your thoughts, Pearl?
No, I mean, I could definitely see that. Like, I think a lot of the stereo, like, I think, yeah, I agree.
Okay. I'll give you the last word, Morgan.
I don't think it stops at black and white, because like I said, when I was in Southeast Asia, there was a lot of stereotyping and not discrimination, but I'll say prejudice. Because everywhere I went, whether it be Asian women, Indian women, Hispanic women, white women, the first thought was, you have a big eggplant. Even when I was in Southeast Asia, when I was in the military, we used working girls every once in a while. You're only in the country for 3 days, so you gotta do what you gotta do. Even the working girls would either try and charge us more as black dudes, or straight up say no, because our eggplants were way too big.
The myth.
And the same thing in America and in New York. I see it happen all the time. When you walk the streets of New York, you see Asian women and you see white women with white dudes because of the money and the lifestyle that comes with someone who they assume has money. But when you see the black dudes, you can tell already, like, oh, this is for the sex. This is for the action.
Oh,
you see,
that makes sense. Okay.
Like, a white girl with this tall, dark black dude that looks like he should be in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
Very good. Morgan, thank you very much for chiming in, man. You dropped some knowledge here, man. Appreciate you calling.
That's it's interesting. I wasn't expecting you to say yes to what he said about him being like nerdy. I think it was the caller before, maybe. I wasn't expecting you to say yes to that.
Well, yeah, and again, just like in the video that you responded to, it's not really about the race. It's about the feeling of inadequacy. And the reason why there's a feeling of inadequacy is strictly because what JL says, it's the propaganda. Like, dude, most black men don't have game. Most black men are not in great shape. Most black men are not professional athletes. Most black men are not smooth. But for whatever reason, the media portrays us to be these, super alphas. And I just like Dev says, man, thinking, how can I compete with that? That's just how it is. Let's go to Ostrike in Maryland. So Ostrike, you have a thought on why so many men hesitate to date. I don't know. I think Dev mistyped. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah, I didn't make it easy for her, but
that's okay.
Thanks for having me. So, why did so many people answer the poll the way they did? Because I think a lot of conditions have to be satisfied for the white man to be okay with it.
Okay.
So at least for like serious relationships and marriage. So first of all, his own beliefs. Does he think less of a woman who does this, or does he worry about infidelity because he can't compete with the black men or whatever, right? So does he personally believe it? And then second of all, even if he doesn't have a problem with it, what will his friends and family think, or other people? Even if it turns out to be a Steve Urkel, those people might not assume it's a Steve Urkel. The other people just hear, okay, she slept with black men. Maybe it is the football team or whatever. So it's not like he can, explain the intricacies, and that could affect his reputation, right? So, and I'll say, like, personally, for me, I don't personally have an issue with it, but I'm not going to deny that other people's perception of me, it might come into play if, like, I become a super high value guy who's getting married, and then this woman represents me, and I don't ever want to be embarrassed by her reputation. So it's like, these people that marry porn stars, I think that's like a much bigger strike than this one.
Okay.
So this isn't like a deal breaker for me.
Yep.
This isn't a deal breaker for me, but it does like work against you if other people would think, oh, that guy, he had to do this. You know, he couldn't get the best woman. You know.
Wow. What are your thoughts, Pearl?
Do you think, because do you think it's dependent on like the number of guys at all, or do you think it's just like one is the same as like multiple? Like if she had one black boyfriend versus like, I don't know, 4.
I guess I would say yes and no. So first of all, the number period is a separate issue. So you know, a virgin is better than someone who's had 1 is better than someone who's had 100. But separately from that, one black guy is probably safer than if they were all black guys, because if they were all black guys and you could say, all right, this white woman is now picking me as the first white guy. Everyone else was black, or they're mostly black. Like, am I really that special? That she clearly has a preference, and I'm not that preference. So like, what about me makes me so special that she wouldn't from time to time stray and want to go back to her preference? So like at that point,
oh, interesting. Okay.
Suspicious about infidelity. You know, because like, I don't know. I just think it's like, it's extra risky. Same as like if she's had 100 partners in the past,
right?
You know, can she give up the habit?
Okay. Well, Lost Strike, I appreciate you calling in, man.
Yeah, my pleasure.
All right. Yeah, we got some black people in here who are throwing around the race card. This is bad. A beautiful, sexy woman wants to be with you, but she screwed a black guy and you toss her away. That's on y'all. These are black men who get in their feelings about this. This is why, and this has nothing to do with you, Pearl, but this is why the black community is a shit show right now, because you're reacting to this with emotion. Most black people are raised by black women. So it stands to reason that when you hear something that you feel like is disturbing, you're going to react emotionally. They hear a white guy won't date a white woman who's ever been with a black man. They automatically think racist. Now, are there some guys who won't date white girls who's dated black dudes because they're racist? Of course. But that's not the case most of the time. What it is the perpetuation of the stereotype. Black men are smoother. We have big Johnsons, etc., etc., etc. So, I mean, listen, man, black men, you guys can get all up in your feelings all you want to, and you can think whatever you want, but facts are facts, man. It is what it is. Let's go to Grant in Illinois. Grant in Illinois, you said classism rather than racism.
Hello.
Yes.
Hey, yeah, I was just gonna say, like, I grew up pretty much. I hate to use this example, but you've seen Mean Girls. I went to that high school, so I grew up pretty much as the token black kid. And I can tell you, it's like I've like friends with a lot of rich white guys, and a lot of them, it really doesn't matter, like you said, if the guy comes from a background, is college educated and whatnot. They're probably not even gonna think about that guy as like a threat, or her maybe being into negative culture, like stereotypes, like you were saying.
Yeah.
But if it's like the stereotypical like athlete or whatnot, or like, you know, the girl radiates like snow bunny type vibes, I think a lot of dudes are gonna be immediately turned off by that.
Right. And when you say snow bunny type vibes, you're talking about the white girl who clearly looks like she dates black guys. The big hoop earrings in public. She smokes Newports. She has
like
Jordans.
BBL. Stuff like that.
A what?
Would you say it has to do?
Or like.
Oh, go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
Would you say it has to do like with a lack of discernment on the woman's part? Like if she's only going for like athletes, rappers, that sort of thing. Like the reason that's a turnoff is because it shows a lack of discernment on her part.
Yeah, also, I would say, like, it shows that maybe she puts her values in the wrong things, like shallow type. But I would also say it depends how successful of an entertainer it is. Like, you know, P. Diddy dated Cameron Diaz. I doubt many guys are going to pass her up because of it. But, like, he's also more of a business type icon. But if it was, like, someone like Lamar Odom or something, there's going to be a total vibe about it.
Yeah. No, I agree with you, actually. Like, I think that's very true.
Okay, any last
that's all I was
thoughts,
gonna
Grant?
say. Appreciate both of you guys.
Okay, very good. Thanks for calling in. Area code 425, you did not answer, so you're going to sit there on hold until the end of the show. I'm not going to bring on someone that was not able to get that wasn't able to get screened. Jim Rat says this whole conversation is comical. Many of them are racist, though. Yet you still watch. You still watch. There's somebody in here. Yeah, this is going to bring out all of the. This is going to bring out of the pro all of the pro blackety black. Oh, August Heat says BBL. Oh, Brazilian butt lift. Okay, all right, very very good. Listen, black men. Honestly, this is why black men shouldn't really get in their feelings about this. If a white man doesn't date a white girl who has dated other black guys, surprise, surprise, that's a compliment to you. They're not dating her because they're racist most of the time. They're not dating her because they don't think they can compare. Guys, black men, get out of your feelings. One black guy says, well, I don't date black women who have dated white men, so I understand. Stop the cap. It's, dude, you know damn well it's not the same. It is what it is. These are people that I deal with on a regular basis, people who just don't want to admit the truth. They get into their feelings, etc., etc. Clumes and Fire says Cameron Diaz is Spanish. Yeah, she is Latina, but guess what? Cameron Diaz is a white girl. Ask black women. Ask black women. Kim Kardashian, the Kardashians, black women consider Kim Kardashian to be a white girl. If she's not black, she's a white girl. Okay, very good. Listen, this was a great conversation. Is there anything you'd like to add? Any other thoughts you'd like to give?
No, this was fun.
Yeah, this was a lot of fun. Guys, like, comment, subscribe, share with all of the angry black people who will watch this. I can't wait to read the comments. Okay, very good. Yes, Devon says, thanks for coming on, Pearl.
Thanks for coming on, Devon.
Yeah. Dev's she's a real one. Let's answer one more phone call. Area code 267. I have no idea who you are. You're on live with Donovan. Go ahead.
Hello?
Oh boy. Yes, you're on live.
Oh, hey, what's up, Donovan? This is Nate from Philly.
Oh yeah, I remember you. What's going on, Nate?
Nothing much. And I would like to say that, based on what I've been seeing, I've seen that how I've seen black dudes, they've been getting unattractive. They always been getting unattractive and obese white women, which you call leftovers. They haven't been. But now I'm seeing like some of them black men be getting fine white women now. Before it wasn't like that. They always get like the obese and unattractive white woman. Like things are changing.
It appears that they are. It appears that they are. Thanks for calling in, Nate. Let's go to area code 515. Go ahead, man.
Hello?
Yes, you're on live. Go ahead. You're the last caller.
Okay. Yeah, I have 2 points only. First of all, your guest, wonderful guest, but she keeps saying, if you're feminine and fit, any guy will have you. But if you're trying to pick the right guy and he has different choices, maybe he has 2 girls that are feminine and fit, and one dated a black guy and one didn't. So maybe that will matter. My wife dated a black guy before, and it did matter. She dated several, but out of it, dating a black guy was the one that kind of put a little sting on it. I've been around, so I dated around 50 plus women in my life.
Okay.
So that kind of helped, but it's still kind of like I wanted to know who was he, what did he do. I didn't really ask much about the other guy, but about that guy, I wanted to know what kind of guy he was, because depending on the kind of guy he was, that will matter of what I was going to be thinking about her.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. What are your thoughts on that, Pearl?
Wait, so I'm having a hard time understanding him a little bit. So your wife, is it her girlfriend? She dated black guys before you? And you had to like know what type of guy they were?
She dated one black guy, and I wanted to know who was he? What kind of guy was he? he turned out to be a professional, from a college kind of guy. He had a good, but it didn't matter. I mean, racist. I have a half black daughter, so a lot of my girls that I dated before, they were black. So it's not about racism, because otherwise I wouldn't have a half black daughter, and I wouldn't have dated so many black women. So, but it didn't matter.
I mean, I don't yeah, it matters to some extent. I just think most of the time, fit, feminine, and friendly girls find husbands.
Sorry, I didn't understand.
Okay. All right. We'll go ahead and let him go. Few more comments here. Richard Tata says the black man loves him some fat redheaded white girls. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, this is what black people tell themselves and others to help themselves sleep at night. Yeah, or black women, really. Yeah, the white girls y'all be getting are all obese. Did you find that on a Google search or something like that?
Is he saying I'm obese?
No.
Okay.
No.
He
listen,
could. I don't care. I was just curious.
That's fine. Listen, we got black women in the comments, who, well, you guys only get, fat white girls and this and that and the other. They know that's cap. Let's see.
Just depends. Some guys do, some don't. I don't know how you could
Some guys do, some don't. But what they tell themselves to make an argument, right, or to help themselves feel better. Well, we're losing black men, but they're going to the fat white girls. Yeah, that's not the cap. Scuba Bro with the last $5 super chat says, FYI, having a black partner, kids, or baby mama doesn't mean you can't be racist. Seriously, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. So what this person is saying here is just because you date someone who's black, have a black kids or baby mama doesn't mean you can't be racist. Jesus fucking Christ. I suppose so. Okay. Well, again, thank you very much for making time for us this evening, Pearl. This is a very good discussion. I'll have Heather send you a copy of the podcast. You can put this whole interview on your channel, and we're good to go.
Okay, thanks for having me on.
Absolutely. She is Pearl, or just Pearl, just Pearly Things. Let me get rid of these banners here because the phone lines are closed. There we go. Very good. So yeah, shout out to Just Pearly Things. Shout out to Dev, man. Shout out to Devon for making an appearance on the show. Thank you to all of you who commented. Thank you to all of you who called in. I think this was a very telling podcast. But thank you guys all for tuning in. Tomorrow's show will be at the regular time, 1:00 p.m., and I will be doing a response video to Kevin Samuel's video yesterday. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time.